Hello everyone, my name is Filius the DM, and as you can see in my thumbnail, I dislike random encounters. I think I said I hate, but I dislike random encounters. I'm not saying that there isn't a place for random encounters. I have used them previously, but in a very limited place. Here's my thought process for the reason I hate random encounters. It just, as you see there, so the party have to travel from one location to another, and that's 4 days worth of travel. All right, day one. They roll a dice. Let's say they roll a 4. Let's fight a red dragon. Alright, cool. That's a good fight. That's a cool fight, especially if they're high enough level. And then, second day goes by, you roll another d8, and now they fight cultists. It, it just seems it's disproportionate to the challenge they've already faced. Like, why would cultists want to fight them when they just fought a red dragon? Now, I have used random encounters, as I said. I think a random encounter has the best place in a game in if you do a labyrinth of sorts. Because yeah, you can map out a labyrinth and have your players go that way. I find it more fun to have the players doing a skill-based challenge, and based on that challenge, I then roll for what happens in the maze. And random counter tables also work for one pages. So if you're doing a one pager, absolutely, I think a random counter works. But in D&D, I dislike them intensely. But what I think what you're going to say, and I probably agree, is just I'm not very good at them, and I'm not. I very I can't often come up with several ideas for an encounter, and quite often I use the devil in ChatGPT to come up with encounters. And that's just on me. I'm not very good at them, and that might be why I dislike them. But I've never liked random encounters, stemming from years of playing the old Final Fantasies and the Pokemon games, where you walk 2 centimeters and there's another encounter. Do it again, there's another encounter, and it's just, uh, I died a lot. I didn't like it, so I don't like it in my D&D games. I don't mind when other DMs use it when I'm a player. Rarely as a player, but when I am a player, it's absolutely fine. There are, and I think that just goes to show. I think other DMs are probably just better at it than I am. And we've all seen examples of it. So, like Matt Mercer doing his travel, his random encounters, they seem well thought out, clever, and the players are engaged. And I think a random count table, if done properly, does that. I just don't like doing it. What I like to do, which is a little bit different, actually, I don't think it's different. I think probably people do it, but I'm going to say it's different for the sake of this video. What I do is I do a planned encounter table. So let's say, let's say for example, so in my game, my party, although they are currently in hell, so it's a little bit different. My party want to go from Eastwatch to Deadford. So okay, when this works, okay, it's 170 miles away. So I go now over to my travel calculator. 170 miles. Okay, it's about 4.5 days away. Nice. What would be the normal method is as I travel all day, roll a dice, travel all day, roll dice. Like the players like it, I get it. I don't. Uh, what I like to do is planned encounters. So, so let's say they travel 2 days and they get to this kind of mountainous region, this hilly region, sorry, and in the forest. And then I start to think, what places of interest could be in the hills, or what places of interest could be in the forest? And then I plan around that. So let's say they find a hill giant. Now, rather than just being a hill giant fight, which absolutely could be, maybe they find an injured hill giant. And then it's about figuring out what killed that hill giant. Yeah, you could have that in a random encounter. But by having it be planned, I can put far much more time into it and have it evolve into this large kind of interesting thing for the players to go for and have it be involved in the lore of my world. Like what I did before, so my players travelled from Inlil to Eastwatch, which is about several days. So around about here, there was hot springs. So on day one of their travels, they walked along. There was a hot springs to the left, and because that was planned, I I could draw it out. I could figure out the NPCs that was there, like the prices, and why that hot spring was there. So if they asked questions, I had it thought out. And then as they went along a little bit further, there was a fortress here. There was an old abandoned fortress where these will-o-wisps went around the party and tried to get them into the fortress. And that allowed, as I said, I was able to think about the layout of the castle, think about what was in it and what they would find. And it became a session in itself to make the travel a bit more fun, rather than just going from point A to point B with nothing happening in between, or rolling and you get these little mini encounters. I brought out the big encounters. Now, it's not going to work for everyone, and as I said before, some people are probably far better at random encounters than I am. That's probably it. But I like to do planned encounters. I think they work better, and I can put more thought into them. But that's just me. I mean, that is just my first. I've only been DMing now for I think like 2-3 years. So I may say in 5 years' time, if I perfected the art of it, I'll be like, actually, no, random counters are cool, do them. But at the time, as I feel at the moment, I don't like random encounters. But that is just my opinion. Uh, People may agree, people may disagree. That's absolutely fine. So don't take any of this to heart. If you love random encounters, by all means, tell me how you do them. Because that's also a thing as a DM. I think is if another DM does something well, take it, take it and mold it into that and like put it into your game and how you DM, and that's how everyone improves. That's how everyone gets better. This is how I am. I don't like random encounters. I'm not going to put them in unless I suddenly start getting better at them, and then I might put them in. But as it stands, planned encounters are the way to go. But I hope you enjoyed the video. By all means, slate me in the comments if you disagree with my opinion. I'm more than welcome it. But yeah, I hope everyone has a good day.